Okay, let's talk about a couple of things. Hi, how are ya? My name is Mrs. Megra, and I haven't been around for a while. I'm sure you haven't really noticed, but I certainly have. So today, this is going to be kind of like a life update. Get ready with me, and I'm going to be talking about some things that have been going on not only in my life but in my state, and hopefully give you the rundown on literally everything. Without further ado, let's get into this. It's gonna be long and semi-serious. So starting off, let's prime the face and start with why I haven't been around lately. I've talked to you guys about my health problems before. I have an autoimmune disease called undifferentiated connective tissue disease, and pretty recently, started in September, I started having other issues. I hate to come on here and complain about things in general because I want to use this as a platform for good, not evil, but my body is specifically evil toward me. I've been warned by certain members of my family that I should not talk about my health problems on YouTube as a platform to bring awareness to my problems. Not just my problems, but the rare diseases that are not seen by other people that I just happen to have, because I'm the only person that I know who has 3 rare diseases. I'm a unicorn in that way, I guess. He wanted to make me unique, so he was like, you know what, we'll just give her everything rare. So, we already talked about my eosinophilic esophagitis, the allergies that I have. And we've talked about my autoimmune disease, but recently, very recently, I was diagnosed with something called trigeminal neuralgia. And here's the main reason why my people want me to not talk about my diseases, is because I have a hard job, and my job is relatively hard for most humans, especially a sick human, and I'm good at my job. And I strongly believe in myself in that regard, and I don't think that any disease that I have makes me any less able to do my job, as long as my will to do my job is there and I'm not physically disabled. And so far, I'm not yet. I am not disabled. I can do everything that everybody else can do, but I'm in pain whenever I do them majority of the time. I still do my job. I still do everything that I'm supposed to do, but I work through the pain in order to do them. They're worried that because I talk about my disabilities, that it's going to deter me from getting the job. And I would seriously hope that that is not the case. But potentially discriminating against somebody with a disability who is perfectly capable of doing the job. And I have full faith in their system that they would not do that. So here I am, after months of debate, talking about my life, which is what we do on this channel. And it's taken me a while to get here, to want to even speak on it, but here I am. Okay, let's talk about what trigeminal neuralgia is. I'll make a more in-depth video if you would like. Comment down below if you would like one. It is a compression of the trigeminal nerve in the half of your face. Most people only have it in half of their face. I happen to have it in the right side of my face. And it is the 5th cranial nerve that comes down, branches from the temple to underneath the eye, around the lips, and into the jawline. Most people who are diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia consider this to be teeth pain, a stabbing, shocking sensation. It is called, it's also known as the suicide disease because it is so very painful. I have a lot of educational videos. If you want more educational videos on this, I can provide those for you down below. It is very painful. And for me, it started with a shocking sensation right here at my lip. And I was driving to work and I was like, ow, holy shit. Oh, ooh, that was painful. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it started. I don't know what happened, but it did. And it has been a battle ever since that day. It started with a small shocking sensation toward my lip and then near my eye. And then my nose felt like it was just like burning right here, just like a burning sinus. Whenever you have like a bad sinus thing going on, you know, you're like your nose burns, but it was only on this side. And that happened for about a week before the real shit started. Yeah, and the real shit, it was absolutely horrible, terrifying. I had no idea what was going on. My mom thought that I was having a stroke in my eye. This is what happened. I was having pains for several days. I didn't know anything that was happening to me. I didn't know what was going on with my body. And honestly, I just thought it was the start of a really awful migraine. It didn't have my normal aura. I wasn't nauseous. I didn't have anything like that going on. So I just thought it was going to be a really bad headache. And it was only in the one side of my face. Well, I was like, I'm just going to take my daughter to go eat some food. And maybe if I eat some food, it will help. I'm trying to get this concealer to come out. And it's just, okay, there we go. Maybe if I go eat some food, it will help with my headache, because I honestly need to do something to make it stop. So I took my daughter to go get some pho because I was like, I can't eat anything on this side of my face because it hurts my entire face if I eat. So we went for some pho, which is soup, Vietnamese soup. And it was honestly hard to eat soup. And I'm not even exaggerating by any means. And I was in so much pain that we actually left early from eating our food. And I got about halfway home and I had to pull over to the side of the road into a gas station. And I called my mom. She didn't answer. So I called Eric's mom. And she luckily answered the phone, and I told her, I said, I'm in so much pain and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't see out of my right eye. And I don't see that great out of my left eye anyway, so I can't drive. Can you come and pick me up? And she was like, yeah, Rodney, who is my father-in-law, is on his way home. I'll have him swing by and get you. I'm like, okay, cool. It wasn't just like a few minutes later, Rodney came and I was literally in tears. My face hurt so bad. He came and he dropped me off at my house, which is just a few minutes away from where we were. And my mom finally called me and she was like, I'm on my way, I'll be there. You know, we got to figure out what's going on with you. And she came here and she was asking me all of my symptoms, like what is going on. She's a paramedic, so she was like, what is going on? Explain it to me. And I told her all the symptoms that I was having. Like the air touching my face hurts. This shocking sensation and all across my face. And it comes in these like momentary lapses. And then it'll stop for a second. But then it comes right back. And it's the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. Ever. And she was like, oh my God, I think you have trigeminal neuralgia. I saw this on an Untold Stories of the ER, and it's really rare. And she looked it up, she Googled it, and sure shit, those were my symptoms, and I had never heard of this before in my entire life. And she was like, but you could be having a stroke in your eye, so we really need to take you to the ER to find out what's going on. And I was like, sure, I'm down, whatever, make the pain stop, because I'm literally dying. I'm crying. I would rather have beat my head up against the wall than to feel this pain. And honestly, sometimes whenever the pain is that bad, I consider it. Not even gonna lie. So my mom takes me to the ER, and as soon as we walk through the doors, the nurse, who is like the lead nurse or whatever at the ER, she says to her coworker, she is like, oh my God, do you know what this is? And the other nurse was like, no, I have no idea what's really going on. And she was like, she has trigeminal neuralgia. I'm willing to bet money that this is trigeminal neuralgia. And my mom was like, I was thinking the same exact thing. So the doctor comes in, and she is like, checks me out and everything. I tell her everything that's going on with me, and she's like, well, we have to run a CT and make sure that your eye is fine, but you know, I think that you have trigeminal neuralgia. She gives me a bunch of pain meds. Pain meds don't work, because this is a different kind of pain. This is deep nerve pain. Dilaudid does not touch this pain. You know how they treat it though? With one of the medications that I'm actually allergic to. I'm allergic to Tegretol. Tegretol is a seizure medication, and I'm allergic to all those carbamazepine things. So that's real fun. The one thing that I can treat it with, I am allergic to. So they gave me, over the past couple of months, several other things to try to deter the pain and try to help it out. And it's been a struggle. Since then, I've had multiple days where, like, I don't want to do anything. My face hurts so bad. Literally, the wind, whenever it's cold outside, is, like, my biggest fear. I'm been sent home from work only one time due to the pain, and that's because I was being a tough guy and really trying to work beyond my pain capacity, and I hadn't been able to take my medicine, my preventative medicine for it, for a minute, because I was working a lot of extra days. And if you skip a day, yeah, it can be okay sometimes. But if you skip several days because you're working too much, and I'm not able to take these types of medications whenever I'm working every single day, if you skip a day, it comes back. If you are having an autoimmune flare for no reason at all other than the fact that your body doesn't know how to react to itself, you have another flare. And sometimes I can do the simplest things, like brushing my teeth is absolutely terrifying. Oh God, don't cry. Brushing my teeth is terrifying. You have to brush your teeth twice a day. Anything that I can do to eliminate the pain, I am absolutely going to do it. I've worn makeup only a handful of times since I was diagnosed. That, combined with my autoimmune disease, is so hard. I'm so fatigued whenever I get home from work because I either did a lot at work or I'm in so much pain while I'm at work that I literally come home and like die. I lay out, I get my heating pad, I put my heating pad on my face if I'm having any pain. I lay around, I don't do a lot, And on the rare days where I get up and I actually cook food, those are few and far between nowadays. And I rely on a lot of help from my husband, my sweet, sweet husband, who absolutely has taken the realm of all of the overtime that he can possibly get. He's been working recently so that I don't have to, which is so sweet and so helpful. I don't think anybody understands like how extremely helpful that is to me. So I've been dealing with that on top of the fact that, I don't know if you've seen the news recently, but our state was hit with an awful, horrible tornado. An awful, horrible tornado. Not just one, but multiple tornadoes had the full destruction of Middle Tennessee, to be perfectly honest, all the way from East Nashville to Cookeville. Multiple tornadoes tore through my entire town. I live on the side of town that did not get hit, but I work on the other side of town that did get hit. And very fortunately, my mom was out of town that day, so she didn't get hit, and neither did my sister-in-law's house. It literally traveled in between the rows of our two places, followed I-40 all the way down to Cookeville. We ended up having 3 people in my town pass away, and I think the total number of people, which I'm gonna research it and make sure that this is the correct number, but 29 people died. I was working 2 days afterwards, but the day after, me and Eric went to Kaylee's people's houses that got reamed, and saw some of the destruction, and we took some video of some places. I will put in here. Wow. What the fuck? Just absolute destruction. Tore down multiple warehouse buildings all across Lebanon and Mount Juliet, and luckily it was a very quick response from the local fire department and EMA. They had everything working well under control with the assistance of the police department around here, and they keep us very well informed in our town, thank God. I don't know what we would do without Officer Chandler literally doing everything he can to keep us informed about all the things. I don't know if you've seen on the news, but the outpour of volunteers who came to help the people in my community. There was even a truck sent from West Virginia, my home state, to supply us with goods and donations from people in West Virginia to my hometown. And I don't know why that makes me so emotional, but like my home, sending love to my home is absolutely a godsend. Like, I'm so happy that as a community we can band together and get shit accomplished. Like, they had to stop taking volunteers. There were so many volunteers that they had to stop taking volunteers. Isn't that just absolutely amazing? I am so proud of my community. I'm absolutely so proud of them for pulling together and being able to help each other, love on one another, and share and donate. And just absolutely, it was only 2 weeks ago, and there's still devastation all around us, but the community had pulled itself together enough to give everybody a place to stay, and everyone has a shower. Planet Fitness opened up their showers for everyone to be able to use. It was a great accomplishment to see all of those people band together and do the right thing. Then a week later, here we are in the coronavirus scare. This right here, this like stuffy nose, is all allergy related, by the way. Don't come for me. And there are a lot of opinions. I'm not gonna spread my opinion about the virus in general. However, I just want to talk about the fact that these same people who I was so proud of just a second ago about sharing the love and, you know, coming together as a community, these same people went out and bought all the damn toilet paper. They bought all the groceries in the entire store, even if they didn't need it, and stocked up on literally everything. So now there's not a single pizza roll in Kroger. There's not a single roll of toilet paper in Kroger. My mom's roommate had to go stand in line at Kroger from 5:30 this morning until they opened at 6:30 and wait to get toilet paper because they didn't have none in their house. Children don't have formula. Babies don't have formula because people went out and bought all the formula up out of all the stores for literally no reason. Like, how much money do you have? Do you know how much formula costs? I remember whenever Allison was a baby and I couldn't afford to buy the formula by myself, and my mom and my dad had to buy me formula on multiple occasions, sometimes multiple times a month, just because it's so fucking expensive. How is it possible that you can buy all the formula in all the land and you're just gonna take it all of it? I guarantee you, if you have enough money to buy all of that formula, you have enough money to wait. Buy two, and come back so that there's others left for other people, other babies that need to eat, other moms that cannot, for whatever reason, produce milk. You just took that away from them. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's absolutely horrible. The same community that banded together was literally getting into fist fights over toilet paper. Make that make sense to me, because it just doesn't. I know that we can do better. Yeah. Most of what we have can be replaced, and the food that you're gonna hoard in your fridge and in your freezer is going to be ruined before you can eat it because you bought too much of it. And that's just wasteful. I had the good fortune of being in the medical community. So my job is safe. It's the one thing that I can always say, is that my job will always be there no matter what, because I am in the medical field. Now, I might get sick because I'm immunosuppressed and I have an autoimmune disease, and I might not be able to fight it off like others can, but I can say that my job will always be there. So I feel for all these people who are not able to work right now. And luckily my state has an abundance of money saved up for days just like this. And they were just talking today about how they were going to open up that program for people who are temporarily displaced from their job because of the coronavirus. And I think that that's fantastic. Because of the thriving economy that we have had here in Tennessee, we have a surplus of money put back in case of emergencies to benefit families. That is a direct quote from our governor, and I am very proud of my state that can provide that kind of assistance for people who are in need. I do think that it's really smart that we shut down all of the schools forever. I say forever. Feels like forever. I'm struggling, y'all, to get my kid to A, listen. That's always a struggle. But B, to keep her entertained. Because I don't know if you know this, but my kid has been out of school for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. First we had the tornado. That was the first week out of school. Then we had spring break. And now we had the coronavirus. So school's gonna be out until the end of March. And I don't know how to keep her entertained. I said we should do a puzzle together, and she's like, nah, I don't like puzzles. Okay, fine. I want to do a puzzle with you anyways, jerk. Puzzles are boring. Do you think that it's really smart that we're allowing restaurants to stay open as long as they're doing curb service and also doing delivery service? So we actually just used the curb service. We went to this place called Meatballs. I don't know if you've been there before, but if you live around here, you should definitely go check it out. It is yum. We had a meatball sub. Me and Allie shared it. It was ginormous. These meatballs were just massive, absolutely massive, and delicious. And it was like $10. It's totally good. It's family owned. It's a local business. I think we should all be supporting local businesses right now because they're hurting. Big corporate people will make that money back. They will be able to come back from this. But this slight change in disposition right now can really harm a small business. So if you have the ability to and you want to go out, choose local. It's the best thing that I can say right now. So I'm gonna try to film a BoxyCharm video in a minute. So I'm not gonna do my eyes. And I'm going to try to make up for the fact that I've been gone for so long and start back with several videos. So wish me the best of luck with all of my issues. I have a lot of them. Also, can we get a round of applause for my wonderful, wonderful husband who has been working overtime so that I don't have to. He is literally the best, and he's so supportive, and he's always there for me. And no matter what, no matter how broken I am, he is just there when I need him. That's the only thing that I can ask for, you know? So I am going to get off of here without further ado. If you like this type of thing, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. I'm sorry it sounds like I'm bitching and complaining the whole time. I'm sorry. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Sometimes we do vlogs, sometimes we do makeup, sometimes I'm not around. I'm gonna try to get better. I'm gonna try to do things even whenever it's not putting makeup on my face, because that is another trigger. But I'll see you around. Bye.